Imagine this. You wake up with your heart still pounding from the dream you just had. You know it was vivid, something about flying, maybe even meeting someone important. But before you can even piece it all together, it's gone. No matter how hard you try, the dream slips through your fingers like water. Ever wonder why this happens? The truth is, your brain is deliberately making you forget your dreams, and there's some crazy science behind it. Stay with me because we're about to dive deep into why your brain doesn't want you to remember the wildest parts of your night. So let's start with what's actually happening in your brain when you dream. Dreams aren't just random scenes. They're your brain's way of processing everything that's been swirling around in your subconscious mind. These dreams occur during REM sleep, that's rapid eye movement, the stage of sleep when your brain becomes hyperactive. What's fascinating is that during REM, parts of your brain like the amygdala responsible for your deepest emotions are firing on all cylinders. You're essentially dreaming up your most intense emotions in real time. But, and here's where things get really strange, the part of your brain responsible for logic and memory, the prefrontal cortex, is almost completely offline. It's like your brain is throwing a huge party, but the memory guy didn't show up. This is why your dreams often make no sense. They're chaotic, bizarre, and filled with surreal, emotional content. You could be running from a monster one minute, then having a tea party with that same monster the next. Here's the kicker: even though you're experiencing these emotionally charged, cinematic dreams, your brain has already decided that most of them aren't worth remembering. Why? The answer lies in the chemistry of your brain during REM sleep. You see, two neurotransmitters, norepinephrine and serotonin, are crucial for memory formation when you're awake. But during REM sleep, levels of both these neurotransmitters drop dramatically. In other words, your brain is chemically wired to prevent you from locking these dream memories in. It's almost as if your mind is doing you a favor. Imagine if you remembered every single detail of every dream you had. Your waking life would get pretty confusing, right? Some scientists even believe that this memory block is a protective mechanism. It keeps your dreams, which are often highly emotional or even traumatic, from spilling over into your waking reality. Essentially, your brain is like, thanks for the adventure, but let's not bring this into the real world. But if dreams are so vivid, why are they forgotten so easily? Psychologists have been fascinated by this question for decades. Sigmund Freud, for example, believed that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious, revealing our deepest desires and fears. But modern psychologists have a different take. They argue that forgetting dreams might actually be a feature, not a flaw. It's a way for your brain to filter out all the random, emotional noise and focus on the real stuff that matters. You see, dreams aren't just there to entertain you, they help your brain process and regulate emotions. Think of dreams as a rehearsal for real life, a way to work through unresolved feelings and scenarios. But once your brain has done its emotional housekeeping, it decides there's no need to hold on to the messy details. It's like throwing out a rough draft once the final version is done. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, I know people who remember their dreams all the time. What's their secret? Well, there's a lot of science behind why some people are more in tune with their dreams. Research shows that people who tend to wake up more frequently during the night, especially right after a REM cycle, are much more likely to remember their dreams. Why? Because the dream hasn't had a chance to fully fade. It's like hitting pause on the dream before it disappears. Studies have also revealed that people who recall their dreams often show more activity in a part of the brain called the temporoparietal junction. This area is involved in self-awareness and mental imagery, so it makes sense that people with more active brain patterns here would be more attuned to their dreams. Plus, habits like keeping a dream journal or practicing lucid dreaming can train your brain to hold on to those fleeting memories a little longer. The good news is, if you're one of those people who can never remember your dreams, there are ways to hack your brain. One of the best methods is keeping a dream journal. The trick is to stay still the moment you wake up. Don't even think about checking your phone or getting out of bed. Just lie there and replay the dream in your mind. Once you've got even a fragment of the dream, write it down. Over time, this practice can actually train your brain to improve dream recall. Lucid dreaming, where you're aware you're dreaming and can even control the dream, is another way to strengthen this ability. Lucid dreamers tend to remember their dreams more vividly because they're actively engaging with the dream as it's happening. It's like becoming the director of your own movie, and you're much more likely to remember a film when you're also the one calling the shots. So, here's the big question: if we forget most of our dreams, why does our brain even bother with them in the first place? Turns out, dreaming is an essential part of emotional processing. When we sleep, our brains are still hard at work, sorting through all the emotions, thoughts, and experiences we've had during the day. Dreams allow our minds to process unresolved emotions, confront fears, and even rehearse for future scenarios. Studies have shown that people who dream about stressful situations are better equipped to handle those same emotions when they encounter them in real life. It's almost as if your brain is running simulations while you sleep, preparing you for the challenges ahead. So, even though you might not remember every detail, the emotional work your brain is doing during dreams is still vital. At the end of the day, dreams are one of the most fascinating and mysterious things our brains do. They're chaotic, emotional, sometimes terrifying, but for the most part, we wake up and can't remember a thing. While forgetting dreams might seem frustrating, it's actually your brain's way of keeping reality and fantasy separate, so you don't walk around confusing the two. And if you really want to tap into that dream world, with a little effort, you can train your brain to hold on to those dreams just a little longer. So, how about you? Do you remember your dreams, or do they vanish the moment you open your eyes? Share your dream experiences in the comments below, and if you found this journey into the science of dreams as mind-bending as I did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Sweet dreams, and maybe you'll even remember them.